Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another Minecraft video, and in this one we're going to be doing another Minecraft biology lesson. This time we're going to take a look at what's going on inside a zombie. Now the zombie was one of the first hostile mobs ever introduced into the game, and I have to say there are a ton of different bits and pieces in here that I really want to understand. I mean, how does it have such good eyesight? Because you guys know that zombies can track players from a mile off. How does it turn villagers into zombie villagers? And most importantly, how does it set fire when the sun comes out? Hopefully all of these things will be answered by taking a look at the redstone inside, so let's take a closer look. So naturally, it seems like a good idea to start things off up at the top, and as you can see straight away, inside the zombie, we have got a bunch of smaller zombies as well. Yes, zombies seem to control the bigger zombie. I know that may seem odd, but villagers are controlled in exactly the same way. So up at the top here, we've got two zombies, and they walk around on these pressure plates, which cause these pistons to extend. Now here we have got the seeker zombies, and these are actually the eyes of the zombie, and they are what allow this zombie right here to detect things from miles upon miles away. Now these blocks right here are actually different lenses, and when they extend, they give a different magnification to this zombie to allow it to see further or perhaps closer up. And if it actually finds a mob, it will hit its button that is currently on the inside of the booth. Now if we hit that button right here, you can see a bunch of redstone action happens, but most importantly, this mouth opens up, which means it's ready to eat the flesh of whatever it's just spotted. But that's not all that happens when the seeker detects a target. Also, the arms come into play as well. So when we hit this button right here, you can see that our double piston extender extends, and also a splash potion is fired outwards. Now these aren't actually for the player like myself, these are for the villagers. As you guys know, zombies can turn villagers into zombie villagers, and the way that they do that is by extending these hypodermic needles right here into the villager's skin, and then it injects a potion which causes it to change into the zombie villager. It sounds absolutely disgusting and horrendously painful, and as you can see, that is the mechanism right there. I mean, that goes in deep. That goes in seriously deep. I wouldn't want to be messing with that. But also at the end here, we have got the punches, which this is what causes the damage to the player. They punch the player as the zombie approaches you, which once again, looks really quite painful. I mean, I wouldn't want to be smacked by that. Now there is a little something that goes on at the back of the head that makes its way through here and down into the midsection with all these dispensers and redstone clocks and things like that. I will be showing you that, but I will show you it at the end of today's video because, well, let's just say it turns things into a bit of a fiery mess. So I'm going to be avoiding that, and we're going to take a look at the next thing, which is the Fermentation Chamber. Now as you guys know, when you kill a zombie, it drops rotten flesh, which is absolutely disgusting, horrible for the player. In fact, it ends up making the player more hungry than they originally were, which, yeah, that's not particularly brilliant. Now that actually happens in this section right here, and as you can see, it's absolutely filthy. We've got the dark brown areas, we've got soul sand, we've got some nether wart as well. It just looks horrible. And if we throw in a usual type of food, for example, a cooked pork chop right here into its belly, you can see it drops through, lands in some hoppers, and it makes its way into this part, and there we go. It's been completely ruined. It's been turned into rotten flesh, which is horrible. Now, I don't really understand how this happens because it only goes through the fermentation chamber very, very briefly, but it seems to do the work because, as you just saw right there, it just completely spoils it. Guys, I've got a bit of a confession to make. For the first half of this video, there has actually been something missing from our zombie right here, which I do apologize for, but I really wanted to record the first half of the video in the day so you could see everything, but now I have set the time to night, and I have surgically put back in his daylight sensors. So the daylight sensors are now back, and if we set the time to day, well, you will see that the fire circuit will kick into action. So what we have to do is time set 1000, that sets it to day, and as you can see straight away, we have got plenty of flames running across his midsection right there, and we have got a spreading blaze running through his chest. I mean, can you imagine how much that hurts? Look, we've got fire up there now. It's making its way up to the top of the system. His arms are burning as well, and the only way that we can put this guy out is either setting the time to night or also getting him down into some water. So, right the way down at the bottom here, we have got our water detection circuit. All we have to do is cause these pistons an update. Generally speaking, that would be done using water. And as you can see, we have got some piston action happening. That sends a signal through this monostable circuit right here, which runs into this T flip-flop, which sends a redstone signal up into these dispensers, which tells them not to dispense anything. So even if we were to have our daylight sensors up at the top there, these dispensers would not be firing, they would not be setting fire to our zombie, which means this guy is perfectly safe from the sun. So we have it, ladies and gents. That is all the redstone contraptions that happen on the inside of a zombie. Now you understand why they set on fire during the daylight, how they can see so far, why their arms are so powerful and cause so much damage, how they turn villagers into zombie villagers, how they create rotten flesh, and also how they put themselves out in water, all of which has been incredibly interesting, and I personally have absolutely loved making this video and finding out more about our zombie fella right here. But unfortunately, ladies and gents, that is all I've got time for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please sure to hit that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.